Recording in progress. It is the Bad Wolf. Let's get ready to rumble. What's going on, guys? It is the Bad Wolf, the main man in black, the international man of mysteries himself. Huzzah. Your most humble and gracious host. All right, so even though we've already made a video on this and the secret's been out for a number of years, that the W8BEN is the way to go. However, some people have had problems with their employers doing the W8BEN, and we've made other videos on numerous other things. I'm going to be issuing a IRS seminar where I'm going to talk about all the things that I've learned about the IRS, and that will be brought to you guys low cost. All right, but it's going to have some fire information on there that you guys are definitely want to take a gander at. All right, I just have to get a lot of things together. We're going to be blowing the lid off some things, and hey, if the T-Man gets rid of it anyway, we may not need any of this anyhow. So, but always play things, that the house is going to win. So let's just get you that information. All right. So for those people who've had problems with the W8BEN, I'm going to show you guys once again how to fill it out. You guys, this is always, as always, I should say, education, entertainment purposes only. Do as you best see fit and learn it for yourselves and seek, if you will, a qualified professional. With that being said, let's take a look at the form. And once again, this is for the people who don't know how to fill it out at all. I thought it was pretty clear on some other videos, but we'll make a more modern version of it. And I'll give you my thoughts on it. And then at the end of the video, if I remember, I will go over a couple of other options that you guys can do in the place of the W8BEN. All right, let's get going. Once again, you guys look great, snazzy and jazzy out there. So take it away, Sam. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. So the W8BEN, it's been revised as of 2021. All right. So it says here, this is a certificate of foreign status of beneficial owner for United States taxes. Notice that it doesn't, well, I won't get into all the wording here, but they're telling you right here that this is a certificate. And by filling it out, you are declaring yourself to be the beneficial owner or the beneficiary, which means you're tax exempt as beneficiary. If not, you're assuming the position of a U.S. citizen, trustee, public official, who are the only ones who are supposed to be doing taxes or for-profit income generating corporations. Now, I'll give you guys a little heads up here. If you look down here where it says do not use this form if, and you actually paid the hell attention, they give you other avenues to use, depending on how you're moving, to be tax exempt. They're essentially telling on themselves and telling you guys. So if you're not an individual, aka if you're not an individual, it means you're an entity. So if you're an entity, okay, you have to read beyond the words. The opposite of an individual is going to be an entity, a non-living thing, a corporation. See that? They speak in negatives, opposites. So then that means dot 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 W8BEN-E for entity. This would be declaring an entity right here to be tax exempt. You are not a U.S. citizen or other U.S. persons. They have a whole definition list of what actually a U.S. person is on their website, including a resident alien. Doesn't say non-resident alien. So if you're opposite of these things, you can use a W-9 to declare who and what you are. income that is effectively connected with a trade or business. So if you are a national or whatever else, but you did do something during the year, then you should be using this form to claim just that one transaction that was taxable, or two, or whatever you got going on, but not the whole year. For some people, depending on receiving compensation for personal services, an 8233 gets you out. Or the redoing the W4, which we talked about and how to do that one. Remember, there is no what was it, W4T. That was a deep fake. But by law, you can create your own document. You don't need any of their documents. This is what the law says. You can create your own. And they, by law, are supposed to accept it to make sure that it makes sense. Okay, let's go on. So if I was filling this out as an individual, which generally means a living person, but it can mean a non-living, but generally it's living. You see individual. So I'll put my name here in all lower, not that that really matters on this, but just because I like to stay in practice. Country of citizenship, America. Permanent address. This means where are you always to be found that I can tax you? Okay. So 23535 West D's Nuts Street. For the zip, I'm putting all zeros because I'm not domestic, non-domestic, without the United States, without the U.S. I would put the name of the city. Then if you're in Florida or wherever else, you either want to go FLO, the 3-digit means the Republic, or else spell it all the way out. You can put Republic. Zip code, all zeros, non-domestic, without the United States. Country, America. Mailing address, if different. Care of, whatever address you want to put, P.O. Box, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, U.S. taxpayer identification number, your SSN. All right, so 777-77-7777, or your identification, individual taxpayer identification number. If you've got a foreign one, maybe some of you guys got a 98 or from another country, put it here. And if it's not legally required for you to have it, check that box. Otherwise, your date of birth or the date of birth of the entity. I certify that the beneficial owner is a resident of America. Number 10, special rates and conditions, if applicable. Then you can see instructions, which is the IW8BEN form. So if applicable, meaning you could put NA, not applicable. But if you're going to do it anyway, it's fine. Don't be scared. The beneficial owner is claiming that the provisions of article and paragraph the Constitution of the treaty identified on line 9 above. America. Our Constitution is in fact foreign to the U.S. corporation. Look up unsworn declarations on Cornell Law EDU and read number 1 and 2 and see the difference. So you can claim a 0% rate of withholding. Now here's a specified type of income. Income, we know, means for profit and for corporations. We are not. So we're marking exempt, private citizen, non-resident, U.S. national. U.S. nationals, per the IRS, are to be regarded as tax-exempt non-resident aliens. So they recognize this status. When you do this, you will be placed on the IRS's zero files list. Because you're born in North America. And actually, a little off topic, the word America, believe it or not, is an ancient Atlantean word. Amoraka or Amurakans. Mur meaning land. Khans, okay, Ekans means snake priests or plumed serpent, feathered serpents. So it's the land of the feathered serpents, which comes in for Thoth, Quetzalcoatl, Hermes. It's got a couple other names, but anyway, you get the idea. So we are Native Americans. We are native to this land. And this is per the GPO Styles Manual, section 5.23. So if you're from Florida, right here, you can go Floridian, tax exempt. New Yorker, tax exempt. Is you're native. Living things can't be taxed unless you're property or slaves, and you guys are not. Not that I know of, and hopefully you're not. Explain the additional conditions in the article paragraph of beneficial owner means to be eligible for the rate of withholding. I'm exempt. That's all I got to tell you. Don't even have to put that there. Exempt. All right. Now, in one of my seminars, I'm going to be breaking down this sentence right here, like the legal department does. And I'll explain why you're really able to do what you're doing. All right. Not going to do it here now, but just understand that this is you. That income that you have is not effectively connected because you need to connect it. And you're saying, I'm not going to connect it, which essentially this is the this would be the revocation of the election. Elected and effectively connected, meaning you want it to be taxed. I certify that I have the capacity to sign for the person identified in line 1. Boom. Put your name. Okay. You can sign a trustee or a beneficiary or UCC 1-308, limited agent or A.R.R. Which ARR is for all rights reserved. I'm not waiving anything. That's it. That's the magic. You can plus or minus this information as you see fit, but basically you want something along these lines. Now that you know who and what you are, and that you have the ability to effectively or ineffectively connect or make an election to be taxed. Now, if you're a police officer or a postal worker or you do CDL, you cannot do this unless Big T or somebody else changes the laws, because you guys work directly, post office too, you work directly for the DC beast. So you are U.S. citizens, and your compensation, your income is to be taxed. But all the rest of us, not so much. Because the laws state that anybody who's considered foreign, which is a U.S. person to the United States of America, who's operating under the United States, operating in the public, in official public capacity as a trustee, you guys are held in trust to take care of us as nationals and fellow U.S. citizens, then you are in fact taxable. Agents, it's the same thing, because I know you guys watch my videos too. Hey, how you doing? However, however, there is a legal workaround. Legal. You can contact me for a consultation. Let me know what you got going on, who and what you are, and I will step you through on how to do it the proper way. I don't care who you are, as long as you're a good person and you respect me, does not matter. These are your rights. Everybody in DC, in the United States of America, you have these rights, but you have to know how to operate the law correctly. So that's it. All of that information, basically everything I have on and know how to deal with, talk to, um, reduce, eliminate, discharge, debts, entities, and whatever else about the IRS. You know, your W-4, how to properly do that, all of the tax exempt files or reduction programs, uh, all of that will be in the IRS seminar that will be available on the website for a moderately low price. And it's going to contain everything. I've given you guys bits and pieces of all this. People have already been successful. This is for the people who want the master class on all of this. All right. Now, remember, all of this, guys, once again, is available out there for free if you do enough reading. You guys want the fast pass? That's what the master class video on the IRS is going to be about. Otherwise, just, you know, the average person really only needs this. All right. But I've given you guys other ways on how to do the same thing with a different form. The only people out there that, you know, like the public officials and whatever else, you guys will have to operate something differently when for your main job if you're a public official. If you have another job and say you're working at Badwolf Unincorporated, then you can do that at that particular location, the W8BEN. And remember, guys, anywhere where you're not a public official and they don't accept your W8BN, make sure you inform the HR that this needs to be run past the legal department so that no federal violations occur and that you would like it to be processed because they are, in fact, a withholding agent. And if needs be, you can tell them, I'm willing to sign a waiver of liability from the company to me if you guys process this. Give them a copy of the W8, you keep a copy of the W8, and should compliance ever contact you, you'll have all the paperwork you need and you'll be fine. We've done this for thousands of people at this point in time over the years since we came across it and put it into play and had less than 5 problems. And I think all of them, except for like maybe 2, were easily resolved with other merits or the correct information. Sometimes you guys don't copy my information and do things the proper way. Then you, well, I just shortcut it. I thought I could change it a little bit. And then all of a sudden, hey, Wolf, can I do a consultation? To which I'm going to say, yeah. So get it right the first time. But if you guys find a new way or a new file that I don't know about, let me know. I'll check it out. If it vets, then I will use it. Remember, guys, be careful who you get your information from. It sounds too good to be true. It probably is. Um, Contact the IRS, read the file for yourself, get the instruction file. Every federally recognized file has an instruction manual with it. Otherwise, it's not legitimately federal. That's all I'm going to say. Um, so make sure that you vet your information, vet the form, contact any agency's form. If it's their form, they have to answer your questions honestly if they know. If not, you don't think so, then talk to the manager privately. Tell them you're speaking from my private capacity and ask them the proper procedure. And if they don't know, ask them, is there anybody else who I can ask or contact for additional information? Get their name, get their employee number or whatever else, transaction number for the call. You can document it, document everything, keep all of that. So I think that's about it, guys. That's the W8 recap, and you guys should be successful in your endeavors. Talk to you guys later. Bad Wolf is out for now. Well, I still got some more recording to do before I call it a day. As you can see, the sun is getting mighty low, big guy. I'll talk to you.